Justin, I want to just talk to you about, first of all, I want to talk to you about the contract.
Yeah.
$140 million in the offseason.
Yeah.
I heard through Netflix receiver program that you still live in the same $400,000 townhouse. A lot of silver, a lot of drip on you right now, man. What are you spending that money on?
Not much, man. I mean, I'm really very, very cool. You know, I'm more chill than anything. Everybody that knows me knows that, you know, I'm more to myself, especially when I'm out of this building. More just, you know, on the game and listening to music and just being in my own world. You know, when I'm here, that's when I'm more focused on football, just being, you know, just having a smile on my face, just having the most energy. Of course, coming out here at practice, engaging with the fans and everything. But, you know, I don't really do too much outside of this building.
Well, talking about the contract, and he has the chains on, Jeff, so you got to know he's Jets now. He's not Jets now. When the uniform comes on, he's Jets. But this is year, what, 5 for you now?
Going on 5.
Going on 5. Got the contract. Do you feel any extra responsibility now that you have to be a leader? Do you feel your role has changed on the team?
Not really. I always said the money was going to come, regardless. Just with my play and just my ability to perform on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, I knew that the money was going to come. But, you know, inside this building, I always had that leadership role. You know, I always had, you know, especially since last year, had the C on my chest as a captain. So my responsibility is just to, you know, keep this team up to where it needs to be, to be the role model inside and outside of this building. And I've been having that before the money came. So it's really nothing really has changed besides my bank account a little bit. So besides that, I'm just continue just being myself, being the leader on this team, being that vocal leader as my teammates and the coaches ask of me to do. And I want to be more of that type of player. I never was that type of player growing up, you know, as a little kid, being in high school and in college, but now it's a whole different vibe, and just trying to change that, you know.
Well, I want to ask you about what you learned from last season, because every year that you've been in the league, you've raised the bar with your production, but had to go through a hamstring injury. You still got 1,000 yards, but you played with 4 different quarterbacks. Just what did you take away from that season? What did you learn about yourself in that year?
I have to be patient, having to be patient, and just having to stick to what I know. Yeah, the hamstring injury was definitely tough. Just having to, you know, just having to do physical therapy, having to do recovery, and trying to get back on the field as fast as possible, and missing that many games throughout the season. That's never the plan at the beginning of the season. But, you know, things happen, injuries happen in this type of game, and you just got to go with it. You know, you just got to accept what's in front of you, keep God in your prayers, and just attack it head on. Of course, my teammates, my coaches, and of course my family members helped me throughout that period of keeping my head straight and not letting me get overwhelmed and rushing to get back on that field. It was just more about me getting back whenever I was ready to be back. And of course, I didn't want that injury to prolong or even come back at a later date. So that whole situation and that whole transition of being off the field, doing that recovery to coming back on the field, I mean, everybody did a great job in getting me back on that field. So now it's just all about just maintaining that, keeping my composure, and just knowing that I don't have Kirk Cousins back in this building anymore. So I got to lean on the new guys, the new quarterbacks that's in the building. Now I'll work with them more and just try to build that connection.
Speaking of the new quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, what have you seen from him that's been impressive? And most importantly, how much trash do y'all talk about who had the best national championship team, the most dominant team in college?
Well, first, you already know we had the best LSU national championship team. Everybody know we had the best team. That team will go down in history as one of the best. So to compete against that that's a hard topic.
You know, I gotta ask you.
But JJ as a player and as a person, I mean, I'm just excited how he's growing as a player. He's always asking me different questions on how to become that top-tier quarterback, on not just a quarterback, just a player in general. How do I learn? How do I become better in this offense? How do I get to learn this offense better? So he's definitely always the one that's asking me questions and wanting to learn more about how to become a better professional. And our lockers are right next to each other, so even after practice, you know, he's showing me film of, hey, how do I do this, or what are you looking at right here? So he's definitely, you know, a student of the game at this very moment. He's just really just trying to fit in as much as he can, but he definitely have a strong arm, and I'm definitely, you know, excited to see some of the plays that he's been making out there on the field.
No doubt.
Well, Jefferson, thanks so much for doing this. We're excited to watch you again this year and see what this Vikings team can be. So best of luck this year, and enjoy this day.
Appreciate you,
y'all.
Jets. All right.
Much love to y'all. Good seeing y'all.
Same here, bro.